Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to your full-time show. The chance for you guys to get involved, have your say live on the show. Doesn't matter what point you've got to make. If you've got a point to make about Ipswich Town FC, come on the show. The link is pinned in the chat. If you can't see it, just ask for the link and I will post it to you. Was it a good win for you? Was it a chance now to build something? Or no threat, no pace, no intent, no desire, lack of quality? What is it that's bugging you? Lambert in, Lambert out, all of those sort of things. I've got two contributors joining me. First and foremost, I have got Mrs. Amy Downs, and we have got the Cruncher himself. Crunch, you right? Crunch?
Oh, is it over?
Yes,
Did we win? Did we win?
We did win 1-0. Mark McGuinness, the player you rate highly, rose above the Burton.
I told you play him. I said he's got to play all day long, didn't I?
Great player, isn't he?
Come on, let's not get carried away.
We want everybody to come on the show today. I did have Vic in the VIP room, and I was just about to bring her in, and she dropped out. So, Vic, if you're around, we want to hear what you've got to say.
Yeah, I know she's on her way. She works in the NHS, I believe. She's part of the the call centre for ambulances and police and things.
The police, I believe. Yeah.
I know she's working tonight. You're right, it is police. I know she's working tonight, so
lack of Wi-Fi up that way. Lack of Wi-Fi up that way, Martin, up the north.
Yeah, it's my fault we were late starting. I got a shout down the stairs 2 minutes before the end of the game saying, "I thought you were doing dinner this evening." Shit, I am. Yeah, I've just been in the kitchen. Just been frying chicken up. Literally, I was like just frying this chicken really quickly, put it in the oven. That's why we were late. So I do apologise. Ryan Law sums it up when Burton commentators said they weren't beaten by a better team. Happy for the 3 points, but not a brilliant performance. Right, I want to try and rattle through our points. I want to try and get as many people as possible on today's show. So we'll start with the birthday boy himself, Stuart. Welcome in. What do you make of today's game?
How are we all doing?
Happy birthday, Stuart.
Happy birthday,
Stuart.
Happy birthday. What a way to celebrate.
Needed 3 points. Yes, what a way to celebrate. 3 points. Couldn't be happy with the points, but there still need to be improvements.
What were you happy with? Let's start with positivity. What were you happy with today?
Happy with that I got the goal. That we got the goal. Happy with that.
Was it deserved? Burton commentators weren't too sure it was a deserved goal. Was it deserved for you? Were we the better team?
Well, the first half seems like we lacked aggression. The second half was much better than the first half.
Yeah. Alan Judd had a good game for you?
Oh, yeah. He had a good game. But there was some moments where he did slip up a little bit. And the reason I'm saying it, because when he brought on Hawkins and he made it into a 4-4-2, that changed the game in my opinion. Everyone started to have more influence in the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ollie Hawkins changed the game, Cruncher.
I don't know what game Stu was watching.
No.
It wasn't Hawkins. It was the change. It was the change of formation, from into a 4-4-2, which made it more.
Let's not get carried away. We scored from a set piece. We created next to nothing from open play, and like you put in your tweet, Martin, that team is crying out for creativity because there was zero of that on that pitch today. We were lucky to get 3 points. We were lucky. If you turned on and watched that game, and you'd have said who's bottom of the league and who's fighting to get in the playoffs. Would you really have known? Because you wouldn't, would you?
No. It was the most Ipswich Town thing, wasn't it? To have a goal off an assist where the player slipped. Like, if Judge does not slip, that's not a good ball in the box. It's because he slips and gets right under it. It's just classic Town. Like, that just sums Ipswich Town up to a T. Daniel Barnard says, where's the Lambert out? I'm going to get to that at some point, I probably would think. Let's focus on the positivity at the moment. It's a win. Stuart, before I let you go, is it a win we can build off? Is this... Brendan Woolley on Radio 7 was saying this is a game you just had to win any way you could, and it's a good springboard. Do you agree with that?
It's a good start. I'll give it that. It's a good start, but we do need to build off it. We can't fall asleep at the vital moments.
Okay.
But we do need to build on it.
Okay, Stuart, happy birthday. Enjoy your evening. Have a great one, my friends.
Enjoy, lads.
Have
Amazing.
a
Mate,
gift from
cheers.
me. Ips Blakey, but we get 2 wingers that leaves Judged in the park with one other. Deflected cross, says Loft on Drive. Jacob Farrow, I think the most exciting part of the game was seeing a bit of bite from Norwood.
I thought that was at Lambert. I was getting all excited. I was like, "Oh my god, he's swearing! Who's he swearing at?" Because he was swearing at the sideline. Yeah, it was. It quite clearly was. Once I've seen people talking about it.
I did see the Lambert conspirators all saying, "Oh, he's shouting at Lambert! He's shouting at Lambert!" They were like getting so excited at that prospect.
If he had been, there'd be no getting away from it. Like, that's it. The players have had enough. But because he wasn't, and of course, in sensible land, he wasn't. He was paid off with the... on another side, didn't he get booked for coming on too early when he shouldn't have done? So it'd be interesting to see what they do about that. But anyway...
Well, that's why he was shouting, because the fourth official waved him on, he believes, and it cost him... I think he probably did, but because he got involved in the play almost immediately, which rarely ever happens... It was almost like the referee had given the advantage without, unknowingly.
Unwittingly,
giving the advantage. Thank you so much. Yes. Ben, welcome in. No, you're welcome. It's fine. That's fine. I'm as dumb as a bag of rocks. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I mean, first of all, I didn't see the game. I'm not going to pay.
Oh, you didn't pay? I was going to say, Ben, did you pay?
No.
I was going to say, did you pay? Because I see that you were R&R earlier about paying. You didn't miss a lot.
Yeah, no, I didn't pay. I gave my match pass to somebody else instead. But I just thought, from the highlights that I saw, we just lacked in creativity. Like that win almost paints over the cracks. But, a win is a win. Maybe we should be positive. Maybe we should be happy about it. Because, we probably climb up a few positions in the table. But again, the play wasn't great. There was no creativity. Our centre-back scored. So, yeah, what can I say?
It was a good finish from Mark McGuinness, though, Crunch.
Yeah, it was all right. It's a goal. If you score from 30 yards or you score from 2 yards, they're all the same. I thought he didn't have a bad game at the back. I thought Chambers played all right. I thought Toto was our best player. I said at half time. I thought he had a decent game.
Toto was our best player, Vic. Do you agree with that?
Blocked it, dicked it, and done all the simple things.
First time caller, Vic. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, just about ready to go to work.
Hang on, can we have subtitles with that, please? What was that you said?
These anti-northerners. What's wrong with them?
You're not even Northern, Amy. You're not a proper Northerner.
I am now. I'm stuck up here, I tell you.
Victoria, is this a springboard for Paul Lambert to resurrect his Ipswich Town managerial career?
Oh, God. I can only like him to a slinky. He's useless and only fun when we throw him down the stairs.
I don't say that.
He's useless. Put 2 up fucking front. How hard is it?
Well, he got a result today, though, Vic. He got the result he needed. Brennan Woolley on Suffolk said, "Get the win any way you can," and he did.
Okay, so we won, and I'm glad we won, but I can't celebrate that. Burton has conceded 12 goals in the last 3 games, and we get 1 by him.
But listen, if we score 5, Vicky, if we score 5 goals or we score 1 goal, it's 3 points. It's all the same. And I said before the show, whatever happens, Martin, I said if we win, everyone will still be moaning. But when we win a game of football, guys, we have to enjoy it. We have to enjoy our team winning because ultimately, at the end of the day, that is what we're in it for, to win games of football. And we didn't play great today. I'm not a Lambert fan, don't get me wrong. But we won and we got 3 points. We're up to 7th. But we all know what's coming because, available for £2 on Planet Blue. But we all know what's coming because we got Peterborough and we've got Sunderland. And we all know what happens next.
And having a game like today is not going to bolster our confidence. We scored from a free kick with no other chances on goal. I think that was 2 shots on goal all game. How is that getting us ready for those big games coming up?
I think it will, Amy.
There's absolutely no positives. These 3 points are not going to do bugger all for us because we're about to lose 6.
It's a positive. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win.
If we play like
it's a positive.
that next week, we will not win at all.
It's another Doncaster.
We won't win again. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get absolutely battered. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the Lambert vision.
Okay, so where are the goals coming from, Martin?
That's a bloody good question. Now I'm glad you asked. It isn't from Aaron Drinan, is it? That's for sure. And it isn't from Ollie Hawkins. Aaron Drinan reminds me of me playing the lottery.
Oh, here he goes.
Be honest.
Here he goes.
I can't be honest. He's so close to winning the jackpot every time he comes close. The nearly man. Forget A Drizzy. He is the nearly man because he nearly scores so close and then he doesn't. And then he doesn't. No, you are right.
I think that's a really fair description.
I would never seen a striker like him, to be fair, the way he comes so close every time he plays, but he just doesn't ever find the goal. But you made a good point.
He comes close. Nobody else did today.
No, that's true. Did we see a bit of the Ipswich Town physio team being two kid gloves? Because James Nord went down holding something. I don't know what he was holding. And then he was charging around like a bull in a china shop. But then he was taken off. Was that the physio being too cautious, do you feel?
If he'd have played on and got injured, we'd have all moaned. If you said before the game, if he played an hour, I'd have took that. He hasn't played any football. Bishop went off, Edwards went off. We have to be careful, Martin, with these guys coming back. We all want them to play, but Norwood is key to if we do anything this season. It was interesting. I was reading Caden Jackson. He just wasn't picked in the 18 today, and I find that absolutely astounding.
I was there today watching it.
Hugh, don't worry about Hughes, Ben. He's finished at Ipswich. He's dog shit. He's gone. But Jackson, you're telling me that Drinan and Hawkins are a better option than Caden Jackson? I can't have that. I'm sorry.
Ben, we appreciate you, buddy. Look after yourself. Josh, welcome in. Jackson wasn't included in the 18. He was there at Burton in the stands, we believe, courtesy of Andy Warren, but he wasn't selected at all. What do you think about
that? I think he should be, personally. Jackson's probably our best striker behind Norwood.
I put him ahead of Norwood, personally.
Yep.
Drinan don't do anything for me. He had that one chance, but other than that, he didn't create anything. Hawkins don't do anything for me either. Don't create nothing for me either. So Jackson should be in there really every week.
And isn't that the issue? You've got 2 out of your 4 strikers not doing anything for you, and I don't think that there's probably a fan around who would disagree 100% with that. They offer very little threat, and that's a big problem we've got at the moment, isn't it?
Score one goal, Martin. They've scored one goal. What do you say?
I'm a bit old-fashioned. I like my strikers to score goals.
Exactly. That's why they're paid the top whack strikers, because they put the ball in the net. I'm not having anyone. He's not a natural finisher. What is he then? If he's not a striker and he doesn't score goals, it's a waste of time.
Is Quillan Edwards still our top striker?
Yeah, I think he's top scorer. He's got 5 or 6 goals, hasn't he?
Having been out for however many weeks, he's still our top striker, and he's not even a striker.
So where do you stand on it, Josh? Is it a springboard? Is it just a plaster over a gaping wound? Where do you stand on it?
I think it is paper over the cracks, personally.
I wanted to be the first one to say that.
It's a win, nonetheless, yes, but there's still so many things we can improve on. I still personally think that needs to go. 4-4-2 needs to be the formation. So as you can tell, it worked when he changed it. We were so much better with 4-4-2 today.
I don't think we were.
He changed it to 4-4-2.
I don't think we were. Just because we scored a goal when we brought a striker on the pitch from a free kick. Other than that, what did they do? What did they offer? Nothing.
It was better than the rest of the game.
Yeah, the midfield needs to be better as well, to be fair.
If the guy had scored for Burton from the cut... We are too predictable. If the guy had scored from the cutback, which he should have done for them, it's 1-1 and we've thrown away 2 points. But 4-4-2 is all right if you've got the right personnel up front. 4-4-2 with Drinan and with Hawkins, they're shit, both of them. They ain't good enough.
But it has to be better than one up front where we're not getting anything to him.
Mm-hmm. You can't say that about 4-4-2, but the same applies to 4-3-1 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can't play one up front if that doesn't suit your players. And we have said this so many times on this pod. Our players do not suit one up front. They just don't.
The manager thinks... The manager...
Well, the manager talks shite.
Who apparently knows what he's doing. He's played in Germany. He's managed our rivals up the road and got them promoted. He is going to say that he knows what he's doing. He's going to say he knows more than 5 people who are on a podcast.
It's not just us 5, though, is it?
How do you rate?
That's football in general, isn't it? Everyone knows what they're saying, doing.
How did you rate Andre's performance today, Vic? Were you pleased with him? Were you impressed with him? Did you feel he could have done a little bit more for you?
I'm not impressed with any of them. They're all just a waste of space. There's no passion on that team at all. I've got more passion in my left foot.
What about your favourite? What about your favourite Chambers? Come on, I thought he was decent today.
Come on,
Actually, he was all over the place.
I thought he played all right. I thought he done right today.
I will say he's a shit footballer, but he's so cute.
Love it, Vicky. Own it.
There we go. All right, so Josh, we appreciate it, but I'm losing the connection to you. Lee, you said there was positives to take from.
Absolutely,
today.
There's so many.
Right, Lee.
Well, first of all, there's 3 points. Secondly, the lucky socks one. So
I've got mine on as well, and my lucky pants.
Steady.
Don't show us them.
Yeah.
Amy, I thought you was going to show us your pants.
I mean, after last week when we were talking and we said about how open we were and how much we got caught on the counter attack, we just didn't today. We had a solid back 4. We did have Toto was immense, and that was why he was brought into the team quite clearly, because they were going to play long ball, and Toto in the air is probably the best centre back we've got. And then you have, then the tight midfielders, the tight full backs around him. That was great. The other positives, the big 5, they're nearly all back, aren't they? The starting lineup today. If that starting lineup, when it's all fit and healthy, if that doesn't get you the top 6 or even the top 2, I don't know what will. I mean,
got us 11th, Lee. Got us 11th last season. That's where they got us.
Yeah.
Why would it be different. Why will it be any different this season?
Yeah, it will be different. It is different.
Why?
It is different.
Why?
Because
I agree with Lee.
Bishop is better. I mean, I'm not trying to defend Lambert here at all, but. Well, I'm not going to, because I'm not going to.
Did you write him some letters? Did you write him some love letters, Lee?
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
They were me. That was me.
I did.
And Lee O'Neill. Lee O'Neill, that's where he's been.
Yeah,
we ain't seen him. He's been writing them letters late at night.
Yeah. I tell you what, all I'll say with that is Lambert, my grandmother will get this team promoted, that top 11, and she's been dead for 25 years, bless her. So let's come on. Let's be serious here with this. We've got a good 11 or 12. I said last week we haven't got a great squad. We haven't. We've got 1 striker now, haven't we? Because it looks like Jackson is off, if that's the rumour. And
he needs replacing, Lee. He needs replacing, because if you lose him, you've got to get someone in to replace him.
We have.
We've
got to get someone to run the channels. He doesn't like Sears to do that, but Sears could run the channels for me. Sears and Norwood up front, so. But there's many more. I mean, we got battered today in terms of the long ball.
Mike Davies' comments there are spot on. Calling them the big 5. That is a very big call, calling them the big 5.
Well, they're the biggest 5 in our club, aren't they?
Yeah.
They certainly are.
With Kane Vincent Young, they are the biggest 5 in our club. I mean,
the defence didn't do a great job. It was just because Burton are shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely right. There was nothing to defend against.
What I like about that comment, Dick, is that Burton actually played like Mick McCarthy did for Ipswich. When we played like that, really direct, didn't we? We would lump long balls forward. So they played direct, but they battered us today. And the positive is that we didn't crumble. Although they had a couple of half chances. I know, Crunchy, you said they should have scored. There was one, and he
should have scored the cutback. He should have hit the target at least.
Yeah. But all those long balls into us, and we headed them out. We've got to take credit for that.
Yeah, but that's standard. Yeah, Lee, that's standard. Yeah. Me and Martin on a Sunday morning could do that. Head the ball out. That's not hard, is it?
Well, careful.
I couldn't anymore.
Careful. Right. But I mean, there's 2 sides to make a good game of football, isn't there? And I'm not defending Ipswich in any way. It could be better, obviously, but Burton were poor as well, weren't they? They're lumping the ball. But, there's so many positives there. We didn't concede. We stayed strong. We kept going. I had no commentary. It was fantastic. I could hear all that was going on the side of the pitch. I think Callie said at half time he had to say, it's you just hear the game in a different way, and it was great. I mean, Bishop is what we've been missing. I've said before. He turns the lines. He gets the ball and he's looking to go forward.
Can't stay fit. He can't stay fit, Lee. He's played 60 games in 6 seasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not good enough. That isn't good enough. I'm sorry. If we're relying on people like him, we're in trouble as a club.
Well, we are. That's yes. Well,
we are anyway.
We are. And then when you look at what Lambert's got to work with, I think Amy, you said before the game that we haven't done nothing in 2 years since Lambert has been there. What's he been given? He's been given £500,000.
Oh,
He's been given a team from Hurst that are absolutely not good enough. For the championship. So, although there's a lot of people that want Lambert out, and he'll be judged by his performances, and if we don't make the playoffs, then he'll be gone, won't he?
Lee,
But then it's too late. It's too late at that point.
He should have been gone in May when we didn't make the playoffs.
Lee, what's your address? Because
hang on.
What's Lee's address? What's Lee's address? Because I want to buy you a picture of Paul Lambert to get on your wall.
Yeah. I've got plenty, mate. I've got plenty of Mick McCarthy on the dartboard.
I think Vic was making a fantastic point there, in it being too late, right, Vic?
Yeah, absolutely. His managerial style is no good for us. So we need to get rid now.
Who would you replace him with, Vicky? Who would you replace him with? Come
honestly,
on.
Anybody.
You can't just say get rid of him. You can't just say just get rid of him.
I can.
Who would you?
Because he's no good for us. His style is no good. He's too stubborn. He's too set in his ways. I was sat here today thinking I'd rather have McCarthy back, and that is a real big thing for me. I would, because at least, come on, this is.
I sense another tattoo coming. I think, but come on,
I'd be lying if I hadn't sat here at some point over the last 18 months and thought the same. I would be lying if I said I didn't.
I get the point. It is so bad now. I would rather go back to McCarthy.
That's not saying McCarthy was the answer. That's just saying how bad at times it's been through this point.
He was a better manager in the people that he brought in on a budget. That's what I will say about McCarthy. Whereas Lambert is just, it's poor.
Yeah. And in Lee's point, I will defend Lee here and say I do agree with him. I think with those 5 players returning, it is a better team. And equally, the run-in last year would have been more favourable to Paul Lambert and Ipswich Town. And 11th, while it's not acceptable, that is a result of COVID. Like we would not have finished 11th. I think we'd have finished probably 7th, 8th. It wouldn't have been as good.
Still not good enough.
You had Bolton on that fixture list. Bolton were an absolute terrible team.
We just lost 4 games on the bounce, Martin.
It'd gone wrong.
But there were green shoots. And I'll bring Callie in soon. And he loves.
And it saved him.
COVID saved Lambert. COVID saved Lambert.
Yeah.
If we'd had a full season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then
he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere, Lee. We're stuck with him till the end of the season. We can shout and scream and say we want him out, but he's going nowhere.
We have to accept that and move on, don't we? We have to accept it.
Yeah.
Get together, just get the team together. Let's see where we go for the end of the season and try hard. We've got a lot of apathy. We all care about the club. I get that. But, what I want to know is did Matt celebrate the goal?
No.
Because was it a fluke? Because there was deflection when it went through? I'm not
Matt
sure.
was crying.
Did anybody celebrate that goal? Because
I did. I was dancing around it.
Yeah, of course we did.
Yes.
I did.
I didn't.
I looked at it on my phone and I was like, yeah, great, okay.
I did. My team
response
scored.
was, thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
You know what Matt was doing,
And then I was
Lee?
waiting for us to concede because that's just the
You know
way
what,
I
Matt?
feel. And you know me, I've always been really positive about Ipswich, but it's just completely drained out of me. Maybe it's lockdown, but it's just I've completely lost any enthusiasm or hope for this team.
Yeah.
And it's not the team, it's the bloody manager.
All
Yeah,
right,
we're still
Vic,
paying £10 to watch them.
we are.
I know,
Vic, we appreciate
I'm only
you.
doing it because he's getting me on this podcast.
I've got to go anyway.
Have a lovely
Vicky,
shift.
have a good
We love you.
evening.
Thank you ever so much. Luke, Caden Jackson wasn't in the squad. Reports of him leaving. If he was to be sold, who are our possible replacements, Mr. Penning?
Penning's on his new webcam.
Yeah. Hi guys. Just a quick thing, really. I kind of agree with a lot of your points of what you were saying about how like front two of Trine and Hawkins doesn't work. I think when I saw the team today, I think not seeing Jackson in the team was the thing that, in terms of coming on from the bench, having someone that can impact like Norwood, we didn't have that. And I think, if the rumours are true and he's off to Bournemouth, as what I've heard, then that's something to really be worried about. I think, it all really depends on, I guess, how much money we get for Jackson as a whole. I was watching some Scottish Championship football last night, and there's a striker that plays for Dunfermline called Declan McManus, who I wouldn't be surprised to see League One teams keep an eye on in the future. Seems to have a good career ahead of him and stepping up to the Scottish Premiership. But I think it really does depend on how much money we get for certain players. I think, it's kind of telling the other day when we hear that, Janoi Dinassian's bid's been rebuffed by divisional rivals Plymouth, and I don't think I'd ever hear them words said before. I think, Ben Housewell from Eastleigh, he started well. I think he had 8 and 9, ended up getting injured, just come back from injury. I think Eastleigh haven't been playing because of frozen pitches and that kind of thing. But I think he's one that a number of League One clubs are interested in. I think us, Sunderland and Lincoln. So there's a bunch of different players that could potentially come here. But at the end of the day, it really does depend on the funds that we get. If we were to sell Jackson and they don't recoup the money and we can't use it to reinvest into our squad, then
what player he was?
Then it's then it's kind of, it's not realistic to think about the potential signings that we can get. At the moment we've got Harrop and Luke Thomas, who are players that seem to be on the way here. In the case of Harrop, it's more about wages. I think the club will want them a little bit more. We're not giving them enough. And then in the terms of Luke Thomas, it's more about Barnsley getting in the player before he comes here. So it should be interesting to see what happens in those aspects. I think, as a lot of what you guys were saying beforehand, there seems a lot of it pinned on, people like Bishop to kind of come good and give us that creativity where, you look at a player who burst onto the scene here, scored early in his career, has unfortunately had his career hampered by injuries, like much of our players. So I think it's a bit unfair to be calling on Bishop to be the saviour in situations like this, because we can't really, expect him to be consistently playing. So I think bringing in someone like Josh Harrop or Luke Thomas or both would help. But at the end of the day, you're bringing in people from another club. You're not developing your own. And I think, as Martin has said on previous shows before, I think, this summer, whether we be in the Championship, which I don't think is going to be likely, or in League One, it is very important for our football club, for our future. I heard someone say the other day that we're closer to League Two than we are the Championship, in the sense of the squad and the likelihood of us being promoted. But I think, you look at today's game and you think you can look at it two ways. You can look at that we were lucky, in how we won. We weren't really knocking down the door. I think Burton themselves were quite unlucky, I guess, and maybe not even to go on 1-0 at half-time with, I think Charles Vernham had a shot that Chambers did a very good block, and they had some chances in the second half. But you can also think of it in maybe a stroke of confidence in the fact that you've got Peterborough and Sunderland coming up. So maybe you think of it that way. But I definitely expected to see more than what I did see against Burton, considering they're bottom of the league.
But surely, Luke,
Go on,
Mike.
I was going to ask Lee if he was...
Luke. Oh, go on. No, you go.
After you, sir. No, after you, sir. Honestly,
Right.
after you, sir.
No, I was going to say to Luke, surely to get out of this league, we need to score goals. That's where Harrop. He's a decent player.
of
I've
course
seen
you
some
do.
stuff from when he was at Preston. I know he's got a bit of a hamstring issue, but surely we need another striker. If Jackson's going out, we need goals. There isn't goals in that team.
Yeah.
For all the good football we play, we need a goal scorer.
Chicken and egg, though, innit? What comes first? What comes first? Creating more chances and scoring more goals, or a striker who can score, who's guaranteed to score goals? It's which one you feel is the most important, vital cog, right, Luke?
Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, if you have someone, maybe, we didn't really play number 10 today as such, but if you have someone in that position that's threading them balls through for chances for strikers to create chances for, I guess it kind of solves half of the problem. But I kind of agree with what Rich said in the terms of, if you're letting Jackson go and you're not replacing him, it is very worrying. But it might just be, some. Yeah, you have to. But the question is to who we're going to replace him with. In the summer we were linked with Charlie White, who a lot of us probably are a bit hypocritical of, maybe because of injuries. Scored a hat-trick today. Seems to be doing well for them. you've also
Cole
got
Lafferty we were linked
Clark-
with, weren't we? I'll see in the week.
Yeah, Cole Lafferty apparently, but
Not
to be fair, I always think of recruitment in the way that you want to get people around 24, 26, maybe 27 in their prime, players that can follow us as a team, on the journey. If you bring in someone like that, you're going in Stephen Ward territory to the point where you're taking a gamble, and if it doesn't pay off, then you're biting your hands really.
Cool. Right, Luke, Lee, we love you. We appreciate you. I will probably have you both on again tomorrow. I want to talk about John O'Dacian tomorrow, Luke, and that offer. So see you both tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Callie, Sid, double change. Close the show up. Talk to me about that game today then, guys. What are we feeling?
Where do you begin? It's 3 points. Happy with that. We won 3 points. Clean sheet. I think it's our first clean sheet since Oxford, so it's another clean sheet. But that was a shit performance. Like seriously, like first half, I messaged you. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna marinate some chicken now." So I was gonna go marinate some chicken and sort that out. Didn't miss nothing, and then the second half, I had the away commentary on, which was no commentary or whatever, and you could hear everyone screaming and everyone shouting or whatever. But it was just like the players ain't really. They're not playing for the manager. They're not playing for the thing. Paul Lambert's happy because he's like, yeah, it takes the pressure off. And, the phrase papering over cracks. There you go. That comment there. I was going to say there's two people the happiest two people right now with that win is Paul Lambert and the top bloke at EADT.
Careful, Callie. We've been battered all week.
Listen. It's free. Listen,
bring it on.
It's nothing against Stuart or Andy or anyone. I ain't got nothing against them. I'm saying there's something there that for whatever reason they don't want to push the big headlines or whatever, right? They don't want to put the pressure on the owner. You don't put the pressure on the owner, nothing changes. We beat Burton 1-0, yes. We actually scored more goals last week when we lost to Swindon, right? But it's just like,
It's points that count, not goals. You can score 100 goals. If you don't win a game, you'll have no points.
We're seventh. We're seventh now, and how many? Let's be realistic. If we make top six, does anyone think we're going to beat anyone and make the playoffs and actually win the playoffs?
No.
Depends how you finish in that top six. It's about momentum come playoffs.
If we
you can't
playoffs,
say
we're not winning them. Of course we're not. Of course we haven't beaten anyone in the top whatever six it is, and we play like this
a full
against
season,
Burton.
We ain't played. We're not halfway through the season yet. You have to look at it like that, Amy.
Once.
No, we haven't.
Played everybody once.
No, we've only played 20 games.
No,
I remember
halfway.
That season as well, we ain't beat anyone. I think if you look at where the table is now, the highest placed team we've beaten is Accrington and Stanley.
Yep.
Right. That's a fact. Let me go get a glass of water. Right. But no, they're the highest place. So for us as fans, we're saying, look, we need top two. That's the only way we're getting out of this league, like getting promoted. We need top two. We're now 7 or 8 points off Hull in second place. We ain't gonna catch them. We got Peter and I don't know.
When we came down last year, we should have been top two, no question. Lambert failed, and now we're scraping to get into the playoffs because of the teams that have come down being so much better than us. And not just that, you've got your Donny, and you've got people like Doncaster, Peterborough. We can't compete with them.
I wouldn't say the teams that come down are that much better than us. I wouldn't say the teams that come down.
Charlton, did you watch the Charlton game? So much better than us. Portsmouth, and they didn't.
Every single team in this league, though, plays 9 out of 10 one. Yeah, but they play 9 out of 10 one week and then 6 out of 10 the following week. Like, there's no consistency. And I remember, I think it was West Ham got into the playoffs last day of the season, about 10, 15 years ago now. But they got into the playoffs and the momentum was on their side. You're then 3 games away from promotion, and anything can happen. A referee's decision, like you have to say, yeah, okay, we've not beaten the top 6 sides, but we have not seen a whole season yet. And come playoff times, anything can happen.
If we get into the playoffs, it won't be through momentum. It'll be through games like today, where fuck knows how we did it, but we actually got 3 points. That momentum, that isn't momentum. That isn't giving you confidence for playoffs. That's just fuck me. How are we here?
I agree with you there, Martin. I agree with Martin there, because you have to look at Wycombe Wanderers last year. Would you say they were one of the best teams in the league. No, they weren't.
No, but do you know what? They're a
But they sat at
well-organised
top for a
club
bit.
and a decent side. That actually, New Year's Day was one of my favourite games of the whole year that I got to see because I really enjoyed it. That was an organised team. I bloody love that Akinfenwa guy. He was amazing, even though he was clearly not. And the club as a whole were going somewhere. They were going somewhere. They were together. They were the chairman, the owner came on at full time, talked to all the fans, and then we had a firework display.
Yeah,
you wouldn't get that at Portman Road.
My man
You'd have
Sid.
fucking booing. No, I would love that. How much would we love that at Portman Road for people actually to want the club to do well?
Fireworks.
At the moment, everyone wants the clubs to do. Everyone wants the club to fail at the moment because we want to get rid of the manager and the owner.
I don't.
We don't want
That's
them to
not
fail.
what Wickham are doing.
We don't want them to
It's
fail.
bloody
Right,
arrogant.
right,
It's
right.
arrogant saying that Wickham aren't a decent side because they were.
They're not. They're shit. They're going to get relegated.
Calm.
Well, they're in
My
the
man
Championship,
Sid,
and where are we?
my man Sid drinking his beer. Give me some positivity to go into a Saturday night with, Sid. Come on, you're the man with the positive tongue. You can do this. What?
Sure.
Pressure's on you.
Come on.
Clean sheet.
Fucking hell, Sid.
Well, then,
There was no
Don't take up motivational speaking, will you? You got a pulse?
I did not see any positives from that game.
So where do we go from here then? Where does this great club go from here? Because they've won. So
Great
the press, the pressure rather, not the press, the pressure is off Lambert a little bit. Where do we go from here? What's the plan? What's the roadmap?
Another 5-year deal.
5 years. Come on then.
The story of 2 centre backs, isn't it, today? That's it. We had Burton who was solid at the back, and then we had McGuinness scoring a goal. We still had strikers not scoring goals. We had Edwards and Downs and everyone, I think, a rush back, right, because they looked off the pace. I forgot Downs was playing, to be honest, for a little bit. Edwards just didn't. This is not the Edwards that started the season. It's going to take him a while to get going. The positives, sorry to jump on Sid's point, but the positives I can see is, Toto and McGuinness look good. Chambers and Ward looked okay. But again, it's that in front of them. It's the creativity.
Yeah.
You've got to score goals to win things. We can get a load of clean sheets and just get 1 point a game, but we need those 3 points. We need to score goals. And I don't think he's going to.
We haven't got a goal scorer, though.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the trouble. We need
Potentially with Norwood being out.
If you're going to be a consistent top 8, top 6 club, you need someone scoring goals every week. What do you say every week, Martin? You like your striker to score goals.
I certainly do. I'm old-fashioned like that.
If we're going to take a player that Pompey have got rid of when they're meant to be a promotion challenging side, what does that tell you?
They couldn't drive him here quick enough, Sid. They could not drive him here quick enough. They really couldn't. I'm not. I don't think Crunchy goes in hard enough on these lack of strikers. So, round up the show. We got.
What?
Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't. I've called him the worst striker in the history of football. I mean, you can't get any more harsh.
Stern John scored more goals for us.
Stern John, Colin Healy. Right. Next 2 games are home games. Posh and Sunderland. Give me your points predictions, Sid and Callie. Not you, Crunch. You'll be tomorrow.
I'll let Callie go first.
If let's be positive, we want to be positive on this. I'm going for 1 point.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that was my first initial thoughts.
Listen,
That went well.
I'd love for 6 points.
4 goals for fun. They're scoring goals for fun. I think we'll get a 0-0 against one of them. I think we'll grind that out, and the other one, I think we'll just get battered.
Sid, same.
I can't see anything against Peterborough. They score for fun. They've got quality up top. Sunderland.
What is Lee smoking?
Those green marks.
Some green shoots, Callie, that you were last week.
Green shoots.
Against Sunderland, be lucky to scrape a 1-0 or 2-1. I'm going 3 points.
3 points. Stephen Harris. I'm from Ipswich and used to follow all over. I'm a hardcore Villa fan. Just to give my opinion, Ipswich have got no chance of any promotion. We have got a dickhead Lambert in charge. Sorry. All in caps. I couldn't give that any more oomph if he tried. Ips Blakey. The evidence shows that we will not get points. And Dominic Mann, 3 points just because I want to be different. Amy, big question to close the show. Callie and Sid, we love and appreciate you. What McDonald's have you got?
It is the best one ever, and it's going cold. So could you lot stop talking so I can eat my dinner?
Tasty.
It's big tasty. It is indeed.
Is it with bacon? With bacon or without?
No, that ruins it.
I'm just asking. You're on one today, aren't you? She's on one.
From the moment she got out of bed. From the moment she got out of bed.
No idea how right that is.
See you tomorrow at 1:30.